what's good? Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. This is my dumb advice. Back. Hey yo, what's good, y'all? Today's topic is love languages. 5 in particular. So, when I first discovered love languages, right? And basically, what they are is how you express your love to your partner, your significant other, your wife, etc. It's how you relay that love to them. And when I first discovered it is after reading a book by Gary Chapman. So shout out to Mr. Chapman. It was super insightful for me because a lot of the times we get into relationships and we automatically do the things that we're used to, or we do the things that maybe our previous partner enjoyed, or something of that nature. But it's not until you discover your partner's true love language when you guys can communicate properly, right? So in the book, he categorizes it in 5 different languages, and basically he lays them out and he breaks down each individual one. Now it was really cool after I read it and kind of taught myself some things about how I wanted to be loved, or I found out that maybe the way I'm expressing my love to my girlfriend might not be her specific love language. And if you don't show them the love the way they want to be loved, then it's going to be very hard for them to receive that love, right? So I'm gonna break it down with y'all in hood terms. So I would still suggest that you go read the book, but here's a quick breakdown on what the 5 love languages are and my interpretation of them, right? So the first love language is words of affirmation, right? So basically what that is compliments, or just expressing your love through words. Now, if this is your partner's love language, they're gonna wanna hear things like, oh, you look beautiful today, or that dress fits you really nice, or I really like your hair that color. And it's gonna be important for you to notice things, when they dye their hair, when they cut their hair, when they buy a new outfit or a piece of jewelry, because 90% of the time they doing those little things to impress you. So when you notice it, it really goes a long way. Not just words, like not just compliments, but expressing I love you. The simplest I love you could go a long way with a person who shares that specific love language. Now we might run into situations where people are not so used to just saying things like that. Maybe in their previous relationship it wasn't a habit for them to always say, hey, I love you, or you're beautiful. And a quick little tool that I found online was if you just Google love language test, you could actually fill out a questionnaire to try to figure out what your love language is. And I think it would be really cool if you can just sit your partner down and talk to them about it and tell them like, hey, this is something I discovered about myself. Maybe, encourage them to take the test so they can see what their love language is too, right? So first, words of affirmation. Your girl or your man, you just tell them, give them a little compliment and see how they take that in. Now, if it puts a smile on their face, then potentially this could be your partner's love language and it could really help your relationship, right? 2, acts of service. Acts of service, I thought it was a pretty cool one because you hear the saying often, actions speak louder than words. Now, if your partner says this to you, like action speaks louder than words, or if this is somebody that kind of lives by that, then definitely their love language is acts of service. They want to see what you can do for them. Not necessarily, not in a bad way, like, what could you do for them? But like little things. It doesn't have to be like, take them to a fucking $1 billion trip. It could be something as simple as taking out the trash, cooking, when someone cooks for you. That's a really nice act of service. Although it might seem like an essential, it might seem like, everybody gotta eat. But no, sometimes it really means something for someone to cook you up a meal and really put their love into it. And this is considered an act of service, right? So if your partner likes acts of service, these are the kind of things that you probably should try out. Maybe cleaning the house before they get home, so it takes a chore off their plate. You can even get creative with it. But acts of service is definitely an important love language. So, for instance, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you admire acts of service and you're doing nothing for them ever on any given time, they're not gonna feel like you love them. They're gonna feel like, if you're telling them I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and their love language is not words of affirmation, then no, they're looking for you to do something. They want to see actions. They want to see you put a plan together and execute it, so they understand that, hey, I love you, so I'm doing these things for you. Right? Cool. The third one is gifts. Receiving gifts. Yes, this is a love language. Not to get it confused with, someone just taking advantage of you, or what we like to call it, tricking. It's not even just that, right? It doesn't have to be the most expensive gift. It can legit be you coming home from the store and bringing your shorty her favorite ice cream. Or, just bringing her favorite candy bar. You know what I mean? Things like that. Some people like gifts. You know what I mean? We always say a diamond is a girl's best friend. If her love language is gifts, hell fucking yeah. Diamond's gonna be way past her best friend. Yeah. So, when you're dealing with somebody with this kind of love language, you really gotta be considerate of that and cater to it. But again, you're not going to know this if you don't have that conversation with them. If you don't discuss your likes, your dislikes, and, maybe even come to an agreement like, hey, you could even say, yo, I watched an episode of My Dumb Advice with Ms.Fit on it, and she was talking about love languages, and I was wondering if you would be able to, take this test with me online so we could figure this shit out. So we can have a healthy and successful relationship. Because, I'm trying to put y'all on. I'm only trying to put y'all on because, the shit was mind-blowing when I kind of figured this shit out. Not to say that I got it all figured out, because I got issues just like everybody else. But, I'm trying to work on myself every day. And I think a big part of that is just learning something new about your partner all the time. And I definitely think love languages is a foundation to providing your partner with a meaningful relationship where you feel fulfilled, in that relationship, where you don't really feel the need to step out or cheat, or you don't feel the need to ever have another partner. This is where you start considering being married, you know what I mean? Because you're with this one person and they're all about you, and they're caring enough to want to know your love language. You know what I'm saying? So if your partner even attempts to learn your love language, that means a whole lot. That comes a long fucking way. That means, they're willing to try, they're willing to learn, they're willing to put in the work and get what they need. just to provide you what you need, right? So we're 3 gifts, right? The next love language would be quality time. Now, quality time is nothing new. Since the beginning of time, relationships, it's always been a topic. You never spend time with me. We don't spend quality time together. You're never around. Now, this is a big issue when I notice, like, people have big careers, right? Like, they're always away on business trips, or, they do a lot of charity work overseas. So it's really hard for those couples to share quality time. And no, quality time is not just being in the same room together, the same house together. It's legit putting everything down and just spending time one-on-one with that person. Now, if you can't spend quality time with your partner right now in 2020 in a motherfucking quarantine, then y'all fucking love that person. Let's just be real. Cause quality time is needed in any relationship. A friendship, a partnership, any partnership, quality time is an essential and it's a necessity. Right? So when you try setting up a quality time day, right? Or a quality time hour, whatever the case is. Quality time is super fucking important, because those are the moments when you learn the most about your partner. That's where you have the long talks, maybe talk about their childhood, about your childhood, past experiences, what you look to see, what do you want to see in the future. What are your goals? What are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? What do you want next week? What do you want in 5 years? That quality time is really gonna fill in a lot of blanks that you might have. And even some people might say, oh yeah, well, I know everything about my partner. That's not always true. Sometimes we think we know someone, but we don't. And what's worse is, if you don't know somebody just because you never took the time to get to know that person. So quality time is a huge thing. Turn off your phones, get off Instagram, turn off the TVs, really dig in deep and get to know your significant other. And this kind of crosses over to the next and the final love language, which is physical touch. Now, automatically when I first heard this, I was like, oh yeah, I need to fuck. That's that physical touch. It doesn't always necessarily mean just sex though, right? Physical touch can be just the slightest thing, just touching your partner's cheek, or holding hands, or cuddling. If this is your partner's love language, they wanna get affection by physical touch. And if this is not happening for them, they're not gonna feel loved, right? These kind of people need, they need to be held. They need to be, they need reassurance in that way, right? They want to know that they're special. They want you to hold their hand walking down the street. They want you to be unapologetically affectionate with them. And if this is your love language, then you might not work out with someone who it doesn't like affection, or because there's the total opposite, right? There's some people who just feel like it's annoying when, or they feel annoyed, or, they might feel smothered or suffocated, because I see it all the time where people are like, yo, Fit, I like this girl so much, but she just suffocates me. She always wants to hug. She always wants to kiss. She always wants to, be up all under me. Well, they want to cuddle at night. I simply be like, yo, that's their love language, bro. And if you don't get it done, then they're never gonna feel loved by you. So that's super important, right? So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's kind of sum that up. So one, words of affirmation. I love you. You're beautiful. There's no one in this world that's better than you. Words of affirmation. That's number one. Number two, acts of service. What could I do for you? Let me take out the trash. Let me cook it up. Let me Chef Boyardee it for you. Right? Third, receiving gifts. Let me pick up your favorite ice cream when I come home from work. Right? Let me get you that diamond necklace that you've been looking at in the window for months. Get creative. I don't know. Just these people like gifts. Fourth, quality time. Put the phones away, turn the TVs off, and dive deep into those conversations. Just look at your partner, kind of breathe in their energy. You know what I'm saying? Feel at one with them, one-on-one. Alright? And last but not least, physical touch. Let's hold hands. Let's cuddle at night. Let's do the thing more than once a month. You know what I'm saying? These people probably gonna want to get it popping all the time. And I'm not even gonna front. My love language definitely is in the ballpark of physical touch. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I feel like you don't necessarily just have one love language. Now that we know all the love languages, kind of think about yourself and some of the things that make you happy, or some of the things you'll like to see your partner do. And you might have multiple love languages. You know what I'm saying? You might like physical touch, but you might like the regular compliments. There's no rules to this shit. No one says that you can't have all 5 love languages and want it all. But realistically, you're gonna favor one over the other, or 2 over the other, and whatever. Either way, if you had a meter, one would be more than the other. This could really help out. I can't emphasize that more than I already am. Because if I'm doing a whole video on love languages, that means it has changed my life in a dramatic way. Where maybe I didn't even notice what I was doing before. Maybe I never even noticed if I was doing something wrong, right? Because that's kind of like where that idea, my love don't cost a thing, comes from. Because a girl, you might be buying her all this shit, buying her cars, jewelry, clothes, the whole 9, and that's not even her love language. You're not even talking to her nice. You're not even talking to her. You're not even doing what she needs or providing her with what she needs in that relationship, right? You busy splurging, dropping bags, but maybe she needs acts of service, picking up the groceries. Like, you really gotta break it down, because a lot of motherfuckers get left for shit like this. You know what I mean? And you can't ignore the signs, right? A girl who likes words of affirmation, right? If you out here just touching her, just like, oh, let's hold hands, let's fuck, and she's just like, you ain't never tell me I love you. You didn't even notice what I did to my hair today. Something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. Check out love languages. Take the test. Figure out what your love language is. If you already know your love languages, or you feel like drop it in the comments. Let me know. Give me your opinion. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna pump out content and really get into the nitty gritty of life and all its obstacles. And that's what this platform is about. That's what My Dumb Advice is about. It's about learning from others' experience, because no one lives long enough to acquire every type of wisdom. No, it's impossible. So what other way to learn outside of your experiences than listening to other people's experience, learning where they went wrong, learning what went right. It's just a great way to communicate. And I'm really happy that I built this channel, and I'm really happy that you guys are liking the material. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting me, leaving comments, sharing. It means the absolute world to me. So again, make sure you subscribe. Check out King Quality Clothing. You can get hoodies. Right now we got hoodies, t-shirts, totes. They charging for bags now. It's a pretty good time to purchase a tote. But also, hit me up on social media. Instagram, MSDOTFIT, Ms.Fit. Twitter, Ms.Fit1. And please, again, feel free to leave comments, your opinions, questions, emotional outbursts. It is what it is. This is Ms.Fit, Murder Ave Gang, My Dumb Advice. Bow. Yeah.
They don't wanna see me up, they'd rather see me dead. Eat the dog, greedy fucks. Give me head, eat the dog, get no fucks. I kill her myself, but chill, nigga, prison sucks. My ex-girl think I should duck down. Don't know why she give a fuck now. See, I don't mean to pull a card out, but she ain't care if I die when she rip my heart out. You fucking cunt, you, fuck you. Go and ride a nigga dick like mama brought you up to. Call my side piece, smile, what you up to? We should get lit, chill, smoke a blunt too. I would love to, I will fuck you now. I'ma dub you now. What's up, boo? No new friends, old friends are best friends. All I care about presidents, so my friends are dead friends. I'm about to hop up out that old bag. About to bring me out my old swag. See them hating, got these hoes mad. I'm about to hop up out that old bag. That's my old swag, that's my old bag. I really got these hoes mad. I see them hating and it's so sad. I'm about to hop up out that old bag. I ain't wanna have to do it to them, but they breaking all the rules, losing kinda fluent to them. Ain't on my level, I ain't even stooping to them. Just bought a coupe and I ain't got no room for them. Nah, I ain't cool with them, nothing I can do for them. Mama got them sick and I ain't got no soup for them. Wanna law me shit, all I got is snooze for them. Wanna harm me shit, well I got some news for them. I assume you're dumb. Your girl came to my crib and I assume she come. I rode her a bridge, she had to do me something, so I got over it. Cause I ain't coochie cuffing. I get it on the daily. Only right, I'm a baby from the 80s. Fuck acting like a lady. These bitches wash and I'm wavy. I'm about to hop up out that old bag. About to bring me out my old swag. See them hating, got these hoes mad. I'm about to hop up out that old bag. That's my old swag, that's my old bag. I really got these hoes mad. I see them hating and it's so sad. I'm about to hop up out that old bag.